You ever hear something in your house that you can't explain, like knocking or breathing coming from somewhere it shouldn't be? Most people shrug it off, blame the pipes, the wind, the cat, whatever. But in 2017, a family in Mason Hollow, Oregon, started hearing noises in their walls. They thought it was rats, until their 9-year-old daughter told them something else. She said, "There's a man living inside our house." And she wasn't lying. This is the unsolved, and almost completely buried, case of the Dwyer family. The story local police tried to keep out of the news. The one where every security camera went blank at 2:14 a.m. The one that ended with a house fire and something they never identified found in the crawlspace. Let's get into it. Part 1. A normal family. The Dwyers were average, too average. They lived in a cookie-cutter 2-story house in a nothing town. James, the dad, was a plumber. Emily, the mom, worked remote HR. They had 2 kids, Ava 9 and Lucas 5. No history of crime, no drama, no weird culty behavior. They just lived. And then in October 2017, things got weird. It started with the power flickering, then the smell like mold and copper, then the sounds, tapping, footsteps upstairs when no one was there, soft humming behind the walls. James thought it was pests. He even called an exterminator. They checked the attic, the vents, the crawlspace. Nothing. Then one night, Ava came into her parents' room crying. She said someone was whispering to her through the vent. She said he told her his name was Michael and that he lived between the walls. They didn't believe her. Part 2. Things escalate. About 2 weeks later, Emily heard the humming too. Only this time it was 2:00 a.m. and it was coming from inside their bedroom closet. James opened it. Nothing. Except for one thing. A piece of notebook paper, crumpled and old, wedged behind a shoe rack. It said, "I've been here longer than you." They thought maybe Ava had done it. Some weird game or prank. They yelled, took her tablet, sent her to bed. She cried, said she didn't do anything. The next morning, another note appeared, this time in the fridge, written in the exact same handwriting. "You should have listened to her." Now they were freaked. James set up a cheap security cam inside the house, just one, pointed at the hallway near Ava's room. That night, the footage recorded for 7 hours. At exactly 2:14 a.m., it cuts out. Not a glitch, a hard cut to black. When it picks back up 22 minutes later, Ava's bedroom door is wide open. She's gone. Part 3. The search. James and Emily call 911. Full panic. Cops show up. They search the house top to bottom. Ava isn't there. No signs of forced entry, no broken locks, nothing. Then Lucas, the 5-year-old, says something that chills everyone. He says, "She didn't leave. She went with the man from the floor." So now the cops rip open the crawlspace, and what they find is bad. There's a nest. That's the only word for it. Blankets, empty food wrappers, pictures of Ava torn from a school yearbook, and a portable charger plugged into an outlet inside the wall. That's when they realize this person, whoever they are, has been living inside the house for weeks, maybe months. And then it gets worse. Taped to the inside wall with duct tape was a phone, still recording. When they played it back, it was hours of silent footage, just the dark crawl space, until 2:14 a.m., when it suddenly starts shaking. You hear what sounds like nails on wood. And then, faintly, someone whispering, "We're all family now." Then static. Part 4. The fire. Over the next 48 hours, the Dwyers are moved to a hotel. Police monitor the house. They set up real surveillance this time. The case is under wraps, no press, no headlines. But on the third night, around 3 a.m., neighbors call 911. The house is on fire. By the time firefighters arrive, the second floor is gone. The roof collapses. Investigators later say it was arson, accelerant used in 4 places, but no one saw anyone leave the house. In the ashes, they find something. Not Ava, not any intruder. They find bones, human, small, but not Ava's. The dental records don't match. And here's the part no one talks about: those bones were older, decades older, and the DNA never identified. So now you have a missing child, a hidden squatter, a house fire, and remains of someone who shouldn't be there. The case gets quietly shut down. Part 5. Theories. There are 3 main theories. 1. The intruder theory. Some say it was a classic phrogging case, a person secretly living in the house, maybe mentally unstable, maybe obsessed with Ava. The notes, the crawlspace, the camera all line up. Except for one thing: no fingerprints. Anywhere. Not in the crawlspace, not on the notes, not even on the phone. 2. The family did it. A darker theory is that the parents staged the whole thing. That Ava was murdered. That the intruder was a cover. But there's no motive, and the leftover bones being from someone else doesn't add up. 3. The house was never empty. And then there's the one the internet loves, that the house had a history. People online dug up an old property report. Back in 1986, a boy named Michael Wentworth went missing. His foster home. The same address. He was never found. Part 6. The last message. Here's what really twists the knife. 2 years after the fire, in 2019, a girl was caught shoplifting from a gas station outside Boise, Idaho. No ID, no name, looked about 13. When they booked her, she gave one sentence before going completely silent. She said, "You didn't listen when I whispered through the vent." And then she shut down. No answers, no records. Eventually placed in a facility, refused to speak. To this day, no one knows who she was. Some people think it was Ava. Others think it was Michael. But if that's true, then who started the fire?